Good morning, Scott from Aristocob.com here. Together, the two of us, I guess, this week. We're going to be Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Unfortunately, for the second week in a row, Boy and I have not been able to squeeze any time in together to record any videos. We normally try to get together and we'll record a couple weeks, and that deals with my travel and his hectic work schedule and family life. And actually, for the last 2 years, that's worked out okay, but all of a sudden, we've been slammed. And so that's why there is no Boy. And I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and just do what Boy did last week and say, sorry, there is no episode this week. But there were two kind of important things that went on this week that I think are worth talking about. So if you don't mind, it'll just be the two of us today, and we'll talk about that. So the first one, of course, near and dear to my heart was the Cobfoolery contest that just came to an end. We that was, if you don't know, people take corncob pipes and they modify them in various ways. Modifications to the bowl, to the stem, to the bit, even making some of those components completely from whole cloth. They enter those, and this year we had them enter them as videos. In the last couple years, we had some connection with the show in Nashville, but again, this year neither of us were able to attend, and so this year we just had the entries post a video on YouTube. We had, I think, all total 25 entries, and that was a mix of professional pipe makers and amateurs, and some amazing pipes. There's not a single one of those that I wouldn't want, and some that I absolutely want. We'll talk. So anyway, that just ended. That was pretty slick, and I wanted once again to take an opportunity to say thank you. If you're not aware of that, you can go to Cobfoolery.com and see those entries and learn a little bit more about it. We're going to move that this coming year to the spring, and we'll announce more about that as we get closer. But you don't have to wait until you hear it's announced to start thinking about and constructing your pipe. You could begin today knowing that you're going to enter the next contest. In fact, I would encourage you to do that. I heard from many people who said that they started, they maybe bought a Cobfoolery kit, which is a disassembled pipe, and they bought it when I announced that the contest had begun and that it would be ending at the end of September, and then they said that they didn't get them done. Well, okay, keep making them, get them done, and then you'll be able to enter the next one. All right, that's my advice to you. The second thing I was really hoping to be able to sit and talk with Boy about was, have you guys seen Jason Dagner's video that he posted this week? If you don't know who Jason Dagner is, Jason has an incredibly popular YouTube channel that he also does along with his father on most cases. And most videos that they upload are he and his dad, Jay. Sometimes Jason's girlfriend, Elaine. And Jason, last year at the Nashville show, launched his own line of Italian-made briar pipes. Absolutely beautiful pipes. And I can tell you one thing about Jason that he makes very clear, and in fact on this video I'm talking about, he's smoking a corncob pipe. He encourages people, especially folks that are trying smoking a pipe for the first time, to start with a corncob. There's not much of an investment involved, and if you enjoy that, then you will it may be worth investing then in a different pipe. But most pipe smokers find themselves returning to the corncob pipe because it's just a good smoking pipe. And so anyway, in this video, he's sort of talking about his experience and the evolution of his experience in the YouTube pipe community. Now, some of the responses to that video have been just as, I think, important and on the mark as Jason's own video. Joe Case and Chris Morgan and several others added to Jason's thinking, and we'll talk about this in a second, but pointing out that the YouTube pipe community really is the social networking pipe community. because now that's expanded to Instagram and to Facebook, and to some people are on Periscope, and who knows what the next thing is going to be, because it will be something. And the community exists with and without Facebook. We don't YouTube. We don't have to have YouTube, even though right now this is the way we're connecting. There are other ways that we can communicate as well. And Jason was involved in the YouTube pipe community back really in its infancy. Many of the people that were actively posting videos back in those early days are not even around anymore. Some of them have deceased, or have, getting fancy there, some of them are now deceased. Some of those folks have just given up pipe smoking. Some of them have given up YouTube because it was just too much of a hassle. Gosh, there's a couple of them that were absolutely huge that got to the point where they said, well, I think I've said everything I need to say, and they just went dormant. They're still out there. So in one respect, Jason was lamenting that passing. And when the YouTube pipe community was a group of a bunch of equals. And what's happened now, at least for Jason, because he's gone on to some success, especially as a seller of pipes, that he even talked about how he gets treated by some as a rock star, and not just that, they treat him like royalty, but they're standoffish. They don't approach him. They don't just have a conversation and smoke a pipe, which is what Jason was all about, which is what we're all about, and what drew us to this in the first place. Is pipe smokers are cool, contemplative folk, and the last thing we need is to be putting each other up on a pedestal so high that we can't reach each other anymore. So it was an excellent video. Couple things too. If you don't know Jason, he's like a lot of folks that are younger than me. Uses profanity in a way that it's just an adjective. It's the way that some people speak. I don't care for it, but I also have a filter. I can ignore it. If you can't ignore it, then don't watch his video, or at least watch it knowing that you're watching an R-rated video in the sense of the language. Also, it's almost 50 minutes long, and so you might want to do what I did. I don't have 50 minutes total to watch every YouTube video that's in my feed, but if I'm watching from a computer, I can speed the video up. And it's mostly a monologue, and so you can, for most of that video, be doing something else as well. So if you've got some emails to respond to and things, play them in the background and listen. But I'm telling you, it's worth listening to. And even, as I mentioned, some of the responses are worth listening to as well. All right, I don't have time. I have to get to work myself. And I'm just rambling and ranting right now. But guys, once again, sorry that Boy's not here and that we're missing a normal episode of Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Please join us next week. We're going to get ourselves back on track as we look forward to our annual countdown to Christmas that we call Tobacco Advent. That's coming up real soon, and we'd love to have your involvement in that as well. So keep watching. All right, make it a great week.